Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name's Terry, and this is Dr. Gail, Skywalking with Moon, and we are with Galactic Gaia today. So, on Galactic Gaia. So, welcome, everybody coming in. And if you're seeing this later, thank you for being here. Please subscribe and like, particularly to our new channel, Galactic Gaia, which is a healing channel.
Yes. And
Yeah.
today we're going to be talking about a type of healing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how to begin it, Terry. Why don't you begin it?
Okay. So, I feel like this is kind of a cluster blank that's going on. The chaos of the universe, perhaps, that we have right now, where we're leaning into growth. So, talking about resilience or discomfort, perhaps. And many of you might have been through this already, or you're going through it right now, or it starts tomorrow, right? But kind of our story changes, and when we go into it with curiosity or lean into it, how it changes the story of it. But there's always kind of that pattern of growth, and it goes in many different ways, right? Uphill, downhill, or around and around, so many different ways until we reach that enlightenment. But
Basically, I was listening to this podcast a little earlier today, and it was this lady talking about growth, just in general, just growth, and how we always want growth to be easy. We think, oh, the light's out there, we're going to grow, we're going to be better, and it's going to be easy. It's not. It is so uncomfortable when we grow, and we need to get through it to get on the other side. So many of us get stuck in that growth. And she was talking about it, how it's like going to the gym. When you start going to the gym, you are so sore in the beginning, and then you get stronger, and then it gets easier, and then it gets easier. You take that knowledge into every aspect of your life, in any kind of growth, in any metaphysical growth, in any healing growth. You're going to get a little uncomfortable before it gets better, just like going on a diet. Just imagine you're changing your food habits, how hard that is in the beginning. And then when you get used to it, it gets better. But if you don't get past that uncomfortable part, which I always, I've always felt that myself. I'm revealing my own weakness. If you don't get past the uncomfortable part, then you keep going back into the cycle. You just go back, and you don't move forward to learn or start enjoying the other side when you do grow. So we're looking at it also. We accept it in our workouts, our exercise. We accept it in our relationships. We all, if it's a disastrous relationship, it is terrible going through a divorce and all those kind of things, and we accept it there, and we move on, and we get better, and we are stronger and smarter and learn a lot from it. But we have a hard time when it comes to our own health, or our metaphysical journey, or our vibrational increase, that kind of journey. It's hard to look at it as, oh gosh, today or this week I have just been feeling terrible. I'm a little dizzy. I don't know what's going on. I'm in a fog. And I think this has been going on. I don't see the end in sight. But anyway, you've got to get through with it. And it is just part of that kind of journey.
yeah, yeah. Um, Also, they note that people in blue zones are incredibly resilient.
Right.
That when things come up, that is one of the hallmarks of that. When things come up, uh, they try to figure out a response to it instead of hiding. And a lot of us have been through traumas or whatnot, and we go through that and we disassociate. So we leave an aspect of ourselves behind, or we kind of like disconnect for that part of your body, and it does really compute, doesn't it? Like, you might get knee problems if you don't lean into things, or heart problems. There's all sorts of different things of the body, the disease that correspond with our journey spiritually or mindfully. So, hey Stardust, hey Jen, hey Teresa, hi everybody coming in.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. We didn't know if we'd have anybody today.
Yeah, we're just kind of.
Is it like that? Oh, well, they're probably coming under your channel.
Oh,
But somebody who must be coming under. Stardust, you're coming into the Galactic Gaia, right? Yay!
yay. Yeah. Hey, Carolina. Sorry. I don't know why I do that to you all the time. Um, so, so it's interesting that this happens because I feel like right now, it's funny. Like a couple of months ago, I felt like I had this strength. In fact, I had dreams that I was like racing down the street, like just running at this really high, which girls, I don't do that in person. Let me tell you, not anymore. But I do feel really strong right now, physically too. And then it seems like this month has been one of those things where I'm watching things happen and kind of leaning back a little bit. So that's the other part of it, leaning into it and leaning back and witnessing brings up that part of resilience too. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it, but I'm going to remember this next time I try to clean up my diet, my food. It's got to hurt before it gets better. As we all know, we are starving, but it does. If you get through it, it does get better.
Yeah. Yeah. Yesterday was my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday!
Oh, thank you. Well, we were going to go out to listen to some music, but it was a really hot night. And it was one of those days when I thought about it and I thought, you know, one of my favorite things to do as a holiday with my kids is we have dinner movie night. And we watch a movie in our sunroom and we all sit together and it's kind of a small room. So you're all kind of huddled together, eating and laughing and watching a movie. And I got fried chicken and mashed potatoes and gravy. I only do about once a year usually, but yeah, so I went hog wild last night.
I thought you were going to say popcorn and candy for a movie night.
No, we do it right. In fact, we do it a lot of times. Everybody gets to decide what they want on their birthdays or for New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve, and we usually do sushi movie night.
Oh,
That's our favorite. But anyway,
so
yeah. So that's a big part of it, though. Diet and sleep, breath work is huge. Um, Particularly like you look at the 8 limbs of yoga and how that comes in with stretching in the morning and salutations. I mean, there's so many different indigenous ways to go about doing that, aren't there?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say also, when we're talking about this transition and how hard it is to go through some of these things, I'm wondering if there's some techniques we can do for our nervous system also. I mean, the yoga and the things that you're talking about, getting away from, a lot of the broadcasts, there's probably a lot of those things that can calm our nervous system down while we're going through these things. But I
Yeah.
think is to be able to recognize that you are going through it, you're spending some time in this transition and you're growing and knowing and try to get more excited about when you're going through it because you know you on the other side you're going to be bigger, better, or whatever, and stronger. So I think we just need to start looking at these things differently and to recognize it because I have not looked at it that way myself.
Yeah. My guides have been showing me for a while now that they're just always cheering us on.
Yeah.
Like all of us, like we're walking with the group behind us, and they're like, "Look at her! What is she doing? Oh my gosh, she's going to do it! She's going to do it! Oh, she'll do it tomorrow, I'm sure." So anyway,
I keep saying I want to be somebody's guide in my next life because I want to be the one that's the cheerleader and then going, oh, I can't believe she didn't listen to me.
oh right, yeah, yeah. So that brings up good stuff because I feel like body work is so important, and there's a lot of people out there that do body work, somatic work, whether it's yoga or Shinjin Jitsu or whatever you do, but shaking is really important. I do that not every morning, but at least a couple of mornings a week that I'll wake up and I'll just raise my knees up and allow my body to kind of shake. And might look kind of funny, but that's okay. But really, your body, like a cat getting out of the water, you really need to release
I'm
things
sitting here about
to your
dancing is when
body.
you're talking about shaking.
Dancing is so important too, whatever way you get your body work done. But and then going into your body, where do I feel this in my body? Like if you get excited, or if you get scared about something, or anxious about something, like this is an interesting thing. Number one, going into curiosity. Number two, looking at your body, and where do I feel it in my body? Do I feel it in my heart? Do I feel it in my throat chakra? Is it something that I haven't said or I need to say? Do I feel it in my solar plexus? And then when it's in your solar plexus, a lot of times it's past life or ancestral.
Right.
So, yeah, there's all sorts of different parts of your body. Uh, Oh, Stardust says, been looking at the paradox of losing or gaining resilience, aging in different respects. Cannot work out where all mine went. Cannot when there's always the word that spelled me. Some things so easy to let go, while others hit more deeply. Oh, Stardust, isn't that so right now? I feel like so many of us are going through that. Thank you for pointing that out, because I feel like we're really looking at this now and getting like a much deeper part of it. Yeah, with age. Yeah. Um, and part of it's wisdom, isn't it?
You gain wisdom and you gain age at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. Lucky.
Yeah, young, naive, older, wiser.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you have to choose which one. Well, can't we have it all? We could, if we were Palladians, we could have it all.
Well, and I feel like a lot of the new generations that have come in are having it all.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of the new souls that are coming in are quite wise, but we're doing really well for what we came in with, and what the 3D was then, hand in hand, right?
yes.
Yeah, hand in hand. So, yeah, it is really important. Vulnerabilities, some more, yeah,
Well, I
some
wonder
less so.
how we can move through it easier. I mean, that would be what we really probably need to discuss is how
Yeah.
we can move. I mean, you're describing a lot of good ways that we can work with it, but is to recognize when you're on the other side of it. And I'm not the one with the answers. I'm putting out the questions here. So I definitely don't have the answers to this, but it's making me think, because this is true that we do go through this and everything gets harder. I mean, there's so many things that get so hard that you go through, and then when you do, you're stronger on the other end. The thing is not giving up, and what can we look at to not give up to get through it.
Well, for me, curiosity number one, um, is the best place to go into, what we just talked about, like where do I feel this? Going into your body, going into your senses is huge, because that makes you become very present, and that kind of centers your system, not just your physical system, but it centers in your nervous system, but it centers your mind as well, that you're not out here.
Yeah. Now, what if they're going through like a brain fog and they're not thinking of these things?
Well, that's an excellent thing to say. It's excellent to have a toolkit, and have, I mean, literally, like, get a little old Altoids box or something, or a wallet, and put some Altoids in it so you can smell the peppermint. Put a flower in it so you can look at the beauty of it, or a picture of somebody that you love, and something that you hear, like some crinkly uh, paper or something. So having a little toolkit like that to walk around with, if you're going through that brain fog, it does bring you right back. And I think one of the best things to do, is always to think of what you're grateful for.
Oh, yeah.
When you go to into a state of grace, it kind of, and things really clear for me anyway. So I think a lot of you are here that are going through this. Shining says, yes, Teresa, thoughts, feelings, emotions, changing our beliefs and programming, etc. Yeah, yeah. And Shining says they're so wise. The new people that are coming in, the new souls. 4-year old knows how all about crystals and grounding. It's insane but glorious. Yeah, they come in knowing. They
And it
really
seems
come
to
in
be
knowing.
becoming kind of, you're seeing it all the time on shows, TV shows, and things too.
Yeah,
You're seeing people using it in just common day language.
yeah.
And of course, it's younger people.
Yeah. Well, and there's people that have not been exposed to metaphysics or this side of metaphysics, right? Perhaps, and they're coming in and until last week, and they're coming in knowing too. Like
Right,
they'll pick up a deck of cards or pendulum, or they don't even need that. They just know.
right.
Yeah, people are awakening at an amazing time. Oh, hi, Millie. Millie says it's 1, 2, 3, 4 right now time frame.
Here on the East Coast.
Yeah, love that. Love that. Oh, Millie says she loves Galactic Gaia. Thank you, Millie.
Yeah.
That is so sweet. So sweet. Yeah. So it's it's interesting when we go into that space that we're in the brain fog or we're um, you know, in a fight or flight response, um, to really acknowledge it. Sometimes if I'm driving and I go into that fight or flight, I'll scream.
Yeah, I think what I am probably challenged with, and you have this bag of tricks because you have grown up with it. And so I'm probably coming from a place where people really don't know about that bag of tricks, what to put in my bag, not even recognize that they're going through a brain fog, not exactly a brain fog, but they're going through this growth period that they don't recognize exactly what's happening to me. I don't understand what's happening to me. I feel crazy. I feel jittery. Don't feel like I'm in my skin. Just something is wrong. And I think you teaching people what to put into a bag or to have a bag or create a bag for these times when this happens because this can happen not just like a few minutes, it can be for a month that this is happening, that you're going through this growth period and that you're needing some kind of assistance or some kind of help to get through it, to get on the other side. And I think you teaching people what to put in their bag would help.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, well, I'm looking at the chat going on, and I think this is a huge part of it as community and coming into these groups here because the chat community is so strong and so gifted, and people can give you like, salts, crystals, wear a beautiful color. That sometimes that'll help you, but there's so much, and there's so many places to go to now for this information. So that's huge too. Did that answer that question, or did I just?
Well, I mean, you started off, you already said what you put in your bag of tricks.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm just kind of, and that's where we both benefit each other. You have all these tricks, you've been doing it all your life, whereas I came into it only 6 years ago. So
yeah,
I don't have the bag of tricks, but I do a lot of the things that you're talking about.
yeah,
But my journey has been so fast that I haven't sat in a long period of time, but there are people that we have had in the chat that are sitting in this same spot for months or years and just can't seem to move out of it. So I think you teaching everybody about the tools to use during those times would helps.
yeah. I think one of the superior ninja moves is to change your story too,
Yeah,
because so often it's the story that we tell ourselves, and we walk around hunched over with that story, like, oh, for me, a long time it was a widow.
Yeah.
being a widow, and even though I'm still a widow, I'm also, Terry, and I've got all this stuff going on now.
Yeah, you could identify as that was you. That was the only thing you were.
Yeah, and I told myself it again and again. So really going into your throat chakra, and we talk about this all the time, how
Mm.
huge the throat chakra is right now, and the story that we tell, but the story that we tell ourselves through the back of the throat chakra
Right.
is huge. And you can write out like what happened or who you are, and that old story, and get it on paper, and then you change the outcome, and you write, well, that person did not know what they were doing, and or yeah, he did leave the planet, and you are still on the planet, and you are a shining example of light, and just go on and on. And you can call people all sorts of names too that way, and just let it go, right? But but changing your story physically and writing it down is alchemy. It's like a spell you can do. And
Yes.
yeah, so that for me, that's huge.
What got me through in the beginning was, of course, I had a friend I could go to, and also writing. I was writing everything down in journals, and so, but it was also new to me and moved so quickly.
Yeah, yeah, journaling is huge. Stardust asks a great question. Is it common to feel your mind so changed that it isn't yours any longer?
I that would be me. I mean, you know, I would say yes. I think you'd have the memory of the old you, but the transformation of everything that you've gone through, you've created a new you. What,
Yeah.
Terry?
And look at when it happened that this new you came, Stardust. I think that's another thing when you pass through that doorway. Like I remember after John went to the other side, um, then it was like I had taken the kids out shopping, and we were going into this really psychedelic head shop, and they were looking for some records and stuff, and it was this old door in this ratty part of town, and they were just kind of looking at me like, "Mom's taking us here," and and, and I walk up to this door, and you couldn't even see the sign on it, but I'd heard, it was the right address, and I pushed the door open. It was a heavy door, and I remember physically pushing that door open, thinking, I have no idea what's behind this, but we're going to find out. And they just both looked at me and they followed me. And I was like, I felt like I had this power to do something with curiosity.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I
yeah.
was, I was trying to start a question and then realized that because I came in on the link, that I don't have that ability.
Oh, um,
I was
oh, Teresa Ford always has.
trying to scroll, scroll, scroll. I'm trying to start it going, why can't I start one with it? Well, this is not happening, but yeah.
Yeah. Teresa says, I think learning that what we feel might be from the collective and not be a personal emotion has helped me a lot. This morning, I had the feeling of being unwanted responsibility, possibly collective. Yes. Where is that coming from? That is going into curiosity.
Yeah.
100%, Teresa. Yeah, and there is a lot of energy coming from the collective right now, and we have to honor that the collective's growing, and that may not be our part of it, like it's not our energy, but honoring that they're going through that and holding space for them, as you do so well, Teresa. Amazing.
Just us being here, being able to talk about these things, those are new people too, because 10 years ago, I mean, Terry, you might have been talking about it, but I certainly didn't even know anything about it.
Well, and part of it is healing work that I've done on myself and through many, many different therapists, during the time since what happened with my husband. I have so many ways that say, I have so many that say I'm just not the same person anymore. What's profound is when we recognize it in ourselves. Fantastical. Our authentic self wish I knew this a few decades ago.
Isn't that the truth? Amen.
Right? Yeah. But but we're all right where we're supposed to be at this moment. Like if we didn't know it, that was where we were supposed to be because we had to learn it. And there we I think we already like scattered these jewels all over our lives that these people are going to come in and they're going to teach us this.
Right.
And if we don't learn it, then we'll have another opportunity, another opportunity, another opportunity. So we've set ourselves up for success. And it might feel like failure sometimes when it comes in, but divine timing, right, Shining? Um, Things hit you differently or don't through the dulling of age and expansion, or in, I guess, or the buildup of stuff can also be from the world's exactly the other half of my question. Oh, okay, that's the other half. Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Is it dulling of age or is it wisdom? Is it being able to witness and watch? Um,
well, for me, it was pulling the layers of what kept me so busy that I couldn't pay attention to my own life.
yeah, that's huge, isn't it?
Mhm.
Because we get really busy and we're doing, and that's a construct that we have to do all these things.
Right. And I do think that comes with age, that you start realizing, I don't want to do that anymore. Well, what am I with this spinning wheel here? Why do I keep doing this? And I
Yeah.
think when you're younger, you're just doing it, not thinking about it. And then when you
Well,
get older, you start thinking about it.
yeah, and we've got those times in our life when we're learning, and then we go into a time in our life where we're probably either parents or we're building a business, creating, so giving birth to a business or paying the mortgage. And then as we get older, we look at that a little differently and we have more time, I think,
Yes.
to look at metaphysics or spirituality. But
I think we
these
create
kids,
more time.
yeah, these kids have kind of cut that in half and said, I don't think so anymore. And then what about with AI? I think, again, the next generation after them will really have that cut in half because so much will be automated.
Right.
Yeah. And I do feel like there'll be money coming in too, in a global wage. But that's another story for another day. Um, oh, Emily says, I listened to Melinda on her YouTube channel cover. She used to be mine, and this conversation is totally resonating with the song.
Oh, wow.
Millie, I love that. Love, love, love. Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, it is profound that we are changing, and when we look at the things that made us change as we look back, I guess it doesn't really matter, but except to maybe look back at it and just be really proud of yourselves. I mean, honor yourselves because you're doing so much work here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, the internet has connected us to so many other amazing people and spiritual things.
That's for sure.
And during the pandemic, I feel like that has been an opportunity for the world to connect,
Well, that made us stop, be still.
right?
We didn't know what to do with ourselves, but that created a lot of time for everybody to adjust and have time for things to come in. You're not so busy you can't stop and meditate or sit out in the nature or whatever for the first time in a long time. A lot of
Yeah,
people are enjoying those type parts of their life that they haven't done in a long time.
yeah. So Stardust says there's just a layering that can be a buffer of strength, or just LOL. It's okay to acknowledge physical and energetic buildup if you might not have been able to process in time. Yeah. And I'm always a big proponent of the process of just letting things sit if you need to. What's that called when you put all your rubbish in something and let it sit and hibernate? It's called
Eggs in one basket.
yeah, yeah. Well, and also not putting all of them in there, but letting them, um, you know,
Mature.
yeah,
You
yeah.
can,
There's a name
you
for
can
it.
tell I'm hungry.
It's part of a recycle bin, but yeah. but I
Compost.
sometimes.
Thank you, Teresa. Compost.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for. Compost. When you compost something, because sometimes you might have something big that you got to learn a little bit more from and think, um, don't be harsh on yourself. Just put it in the compost bin and say, oh, well, that'll go in there and that'll go in there and that'll go in there. And then you're ready. So, and you guys have so many things that you do around full moons with releasing.
Gosh, that full
That's
moon was
huge.
beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Really beautiful. So, yeah. All right. Anything else you want to say about that? Or I'm sure this could go on for
I think that's
years.
it. I think that's we got what we needed to talk about.
All right. All righty then, everybody. Well, if you're just coming in, please go. Hi, Mariette. If you're just coming in, please go to Galactic Gaia and like and subscribe. We're building up that healing channel. So lots of love to everybody, and we'll see y'all later. Bye bye.